likes me. Nobody likes me. But that's okay, because I don't like y'all anyway. Man, I don't like y'all anyway.
We need to pay attention to all this stuff. And don't muddy the waters. Don't let your mind get sidetracked. Because you need to remember that when, it's going to be time to vote again soon. So it's going to be local elections, all this stuff, everything, all these elections. You have to remember that the Republicans would rather collude with Russians than collude with Americans.
Them Staten Island niggas still puffing them dust blunt.
Donald Trump is a white supremacist who enables white supremacists. No lie. I mean, that's accurate. It's an accurate assessment of the situation.
Them Staten Island niggas still puffing them dust blunt.
Dragnets. How do they work? Just say no. Yeah. Here's the problem with just saying no. You can go about your life trying not to do drugs, but you turn on the news and you see Wigmaster over there talking about public health emergencies. That's why drugs are hard to stop. Because of people like that. Big week. It's always a big week. Can't we please have an uneventful week? That's all I want. All I want is one.
Them Staten Island niggas still puffing them dust blunt.
Oh, Jay, why are you wearing that resist shirt? What are you resisting? Bunch of isms and trees. Bigotry, misogyny, racism, fascism, and sexism. The people here are the people on the South Shore, in the rich neighborhoods, the richer neighborhoods, not the poor neighborhoods, are brought up on bigotry, hatred, and classification of, societal roles. Hey, yo! Who's in your house? Dyze in your house. Every Friday, 6 o'clock on YouTube, I'm coming to you. Taped live. Unedited. Kind of. But not really. Every Friday, you're going to get a mini podcast. Let's explain what this is again, for those of you new to the program. The J Porks podcast happens every Monday. Every Monday we spend close to an hour railing and raging against the machine, pushing back against the fascist regime that is rising in our nation. We do that every Monday. But there's too much. There's a lot that happens. So what I did for you, as the wonderful charitable person that I am, I decided to come at you on Fridays, 6 o'clock on YouTube. Easy platform, short little podcast, bridge the gap between the J Porks podcast and the J Porks podcast. So, more J Porks in your ear can't hurt. So I'm going to ask that you guys please stay at me on Twitter at J Porks. Follow along on Facebook at J Porks. Participate. Stay with me. Sharing is caring. I'm not asking for anybody's money. I'm not giving you any addresses to any Patreon pages, GoFundMes, or Kickstarters. I don't want any money. I just want you to lend me 20 minutes of your Friday. Just listen to me, see what you like, and let me know. And comment, and get involved. I want this to be an interactive thing. Speaking of interactive, this is the bridge between J Porks Podcast 199 and J Porks Podcast number 200. That's right, folks. This Monday, the 200th edition of the J Porks Podcast is coming to you. And if you're just wondering what 200 episodes means, just put it this way. Once a week, 52 weeks in a year. So that leaves me, I've been doing this, record my gripes, and share them with you on the internet for almost 4 years of my life. There's almost 4 years of my life documented on the internet and available for you to listen to. And it's mostly over and all over at jporks.com. You have to go there, and that's where every week we're going to keep you updated. We're going to keep you updated with everything, all the links, that go along with what I'm talking about on the pod. All the things that happen to you need to read along to it. Here's a picture of what I was talking about. All that stuff. We call it the show notes. That's always on jparks.com. And you guys should keep it locked there. And pay attention for that. Because you can listen along, you can listen, and then when I'm talking about something, you can read it. And there you go. And that's that. So jparks.com. Jparks podcast every Monday. But this is Dyze in your house. So we're going to bridge it. Give you a little peek behind the curtain. So episode 200 is coming up. So I was recording an introduction, a new intro, because I hadn't recorded a new intro to the J Parks podcast in probably 50 or 60 episodes. So I was recording a new intro, so it involves me taking clips of myself and cutting it up, and I was trying to get music under it. And I gotta tell you, man, for somebody who's been podcasting for 4 years or so, for somebody who considers themselves technologically savvy, I have no idea how to do that stuff. Like, I thought I could use the same program I'm using now and just lay a little background music underneath it. But it's a whole glockenspiel. I gotta hold the phone up to here. I gotta combine the tracks, this and that. Change the setting on my Blue Snowball microphone here. It's a whole thing. So I hope you guys like it on Monday when it comes to you. And if you don't, if it sounds like I'm coming to you straight out of a college dorm in 1987, then you know what? Then that means that people need to get in touch with me and inform me how to be normal and how to not be, you know, an Atari in a PlayStation world. Because I got all the tools here. Besides, this laptop, the left click isn't working. Do you know? Now, I never thought that would be that annoying. You could double tap the mouse pad, but without this left click, I can't drag, I can't scroll. Oh, man. It's trouble. It's trouble like what Woody Woodpecker's always looking for. But you know who's really in trouble? You know who really could find themselves in some real deep bird doo-doo? That's going to be Michael Flynn. Now, I'm not going to go into it in long form, but I did talk on the J Parks podcast this week about how Michael Flynn, they had enough information, they had enough evidence to indict Michael Flynn, but Mueller is holding off to try to get him to flip. This week, Michael Flynn his legal team has stopped coordinating with the Trump legal team, which the New York Times is indicating is that Michael Flynn may be cooperating with Special Counsel Robert Mueller. And that is just, you know, the best Thanksgiving news I can hear. Because he might not flip on Trump, but he'll flip on Kushner, who'll flip on Trump. And that works for me. Turkey Day. Thanksgiving. Everybody's thankful for something. I saw a headline in my little Apple News thing, like when you swipe left or swipe right. I don't... Whichever way the screen's going, is that the way you're swiping, or are you moving that? Either way. It was like, how Donald Trump ruined Thanksgiving. How he ruined Thanksgiving. I mean, that's not the only thing he ruined, you know? I mean, fabric of our nation, ethics laws, domestic stuff, race relations, gender equality, elections, democracy, freedom, the internet. I mean, literally gold. Literally ruined everything. The word great. Do you realize that it's a conscious effort of mine not to say the word great because of this clown Vis Presley? I mean, really. How Donald Trump ruined Thanksgiving. Oh, that's the least of our problems. I can't enjoy this turkey with all this fascism, you know? I mean, the turkey sucked anyway. So, I don't think the side order of mashed potatoes and fascism, you know, I don't think that that's what put it over the edge. No, but for real, you know what turkey tastes like to me? Turkey, whenever I bite into turkey, I think the same thing. I think, wow, man, this would be really good if it was chicken. Like, what's the big thing with turkey? I know I'm a millennial, and most of my, you know, millennial peers don't do turkey Thanksgiving because they're all, you know, they're all vegans. But, I mean, the ones that aren't vegans, I know that not everyone is down with the traditional Thanksgiving, and that's cool with me. My family, we went to Golden Corral because we're, like, rednecks, and that's what we do. No, because, you know, my inner fat person had to come out. It comes out every now and then, and I just open up another chamber of my stomach, and a part of me that wasn't there before appears. And it's just some scary stuff. So we did that. And it's Black Friday. I'm coming to you in a Black Friday edition of Dyze in Your House. My girlfriend is at work, and I feel bad because people are going to come there, and they're going to want stuff, and they're going to be crazy. Did you guys see Macy's opening on Thanksgiving at like 6 o'clock? You people are insane. All of that to save $20 on a toaster. I don't get the whole thing. All of the, like, I planned out, if you were a good gift giver, like, plan out your gifts and you don't need to go for Black Friday savings, you know? Like, I got all my gifts in mind, and it has nothing to do with Black Friday. It's not like, oh, I needed to get Black Friday to do this. I even got, listen. I went to get a phone on Wednesday. I could have got it on Friday, but why would I do that? Oh, somebody said they might have good Black Friday deals. I don't care about Black Friday deals. I can't get it to the store. So hopefully today, I get my new phone. And when I get my new phone, we're going to have more Facebook Live going on, more Periscope. We're going to have, I swear, we're going to have the J Porks podcast on Snapchat, and we're going to have Dyze in Your House on Snapchat. Yes, that's going to happen. See, I never learned how to use Snapchat because it wasn't worth my time because I didn't have space on my phone. I have a 16 gigabyte iPhone 6. I am waiting in the mail for my 256 gigabyte iPhone 7. So we are going to have plenty of room. There's going to be no excuse. There's going to be no excuse for not connecting with you in all of the ways that you need me to connect. So if you're going to need me to snap, if the only way to get you to listen and watch Dyze in Your House is to do it 20 straight minutes in a kitty filter, trust me, you will see whiskers on my face. IDGAF, you know? I really don't. There's not one F I can give about this. I'm here to bring it to you. How Donald Trump ruined Thanksgiving. And that's the least of our problems. Trust me. I'm much more worried about net neutrality. Have you seen this? Have you seen that? They're gutting net neutrality. Which means, if you want to use, say you want to use Google, and your internet provider wants you to use Bing, they're going to make you pay if you want to use Google as your search engine instead of using Bing. Stuff like that. So what you need to do is you need to go to Google right now while it's still free. Go to Google, type in net neutrality, check it out, and then tell me how afraid you are for the future of our free roaming internet. Listen, it's all about anything Obama did, this guy has to try and roll back. That's all he wants. That's his only goal. So, literally gonna get nothing accomplished if you're too worried about undoing the past. Like Satchel Paige used to say, you can't keep looking at the past, man. It'll catch up with you, Keep looking back on the past and it's gonna catch up with you. So why don't you just, instead of being all anti-Obama, why don't you just be what you are and do the things you say you're gonna do? And why don't you go campaign for that sex predator that that you want to welcome to the Senate so you can get a tax bill vote? In case you guys forgot, Republicans supporting pedophilia over a Democrat. A Democrat, Doug Jones, who they said was soft on crime. Doug Jones put 2 KKK members in jail for bombing a church. It was a famous bombing and they killed a bunch of black people. Doug Jones prosecuted them. Soft on crime? Nah. Not soft on Whitey. If he prosecuted some black people, maybe Trump would mind. And listen, the thing Trump said is what gets me. It's not like Roy Moore denies it, okay? Roy Moore doesn't just deny it. He totally denies it. Well, if he totally denies it, then that's a different story. I mean, it's one thing to deny it. Oh, he denies it? No, I believe the women. He's denying it. Yada, yada. He's just denying it. But, no, I totally deny it. Oh, you totally totally? Oh, okay, then fine. All right. That's cool. And also, listen, I believe the women. First of all, I believe the Roy Moore women, because that guy is creepy. But, I mean, and I believe the Al Franken woman, the radio host, tweeting. But can we just say this? She just recently signed a book deal. And that book deal was through a subsidiary of Breitbart. I'm just saying. I'm just saying, come on. And I saw a picture of her on stage grabbing some country singer's ass. So why is that okay? He didn't look aware of it. And that picture where she's sleeping, she's not sleeping. So again, I believe that Al Franken was a little too creepy with this woman. And I believe that men should respect women, and they no means no, and don't use your power to take advantage, yada yada yada, all that stuff. But the chick signed a book deal with Breitbart. I mean, let's just look at the facts. So for all the people calling for Al Franken needs to step down, but Roy Moore needs to go to the Senate, you people are insane. And all of this sex predator story takes away from Trump Russia. Trump Russia's still a thing. I know I mentioned Flynn, but Trump Russia is still a thing. And every single thing that comes out, the only thing it is, it's tossing you the D. That's all it is. Whether you take it in the front, in the back, on your back, or if you ride it, you are taking the D when you pay attention to things like that. Sexual misconduct shouldn't be a thing that we need to go over again and again and again in 2017. Respect women, don't touch them, and don't be creepy, and don't use your male powers to take advantage of them. Simple as that. And don't rape 14-year-old girls if you're Roy Moore. That's all. Allegedly. But, like, that's not something we should be talking about. We should be looking into the deep financial crimes and the treason that was committed and the collusion with the Russian government to help get a Republican guy in office so we as a nation could crumble under the growing storm cloud of fascism. It's not a joke. It's something I take very seriously. And you may listen, I might be a liberal snowflake. I might be. Or I might be or I might be a part of the blizzard of us. Time's gonna tell. But what you need to do is you need to do what I'm doing. Use your platform. Go on Twitter. Go on Facebook. Go on Snapchat. And if you're a person who thinks that freedom, that art, that expression, that music, that all of that stuff should, not be looked under by a like, for instance, if you think that you should be able to play football without worrying about if the alleged leader of the free world's gonna get mad about my national anthem habits, maybe what you have to do is use your platform. If you don't like the marginalization of people, if you don't like the inequalities that face our nation today, women's rights, without equal pay, women don't get paid equally, people of color are disproportionately jailed, the wealthy, the top 10% of the top 80% of America's wealth is divided upon the top 10% of American citizens, like the wealthy. If you people want to take a stand against that stuff, you need to go out and do it. You need to use whatever platform you have. If you can reach 3 people, if you can reach 30 people, if you can reach 300 people, you need to do that. Because there hasn't been since the 60s a more crucial movement in this country than what's happening right now. Something happened. Somebody got elected. Somebody is gonna try to force fascism on us, and we're standing up and saying, no, this is not normal. Resist. This was Dyze in your house.